In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make some keyframe animation over existing motion capture data by inserting a subtrack. This allows us to have a layer-based approach to keyframing various aspects of the character's anatomy. So I'm going to include the character walking and turning to wave at the camera. And to do that, I'll insert a subtrack to keyframe over the existing walking animation. So if we play our animation sequence, the character's using a walk cycle. What I'm going to do is to set this to half frame speed, so it plays at half time, and it will enable the character to be able to be viewed more accurately when I'm applying the subtrack animation. So if we say we're going to add the wave animation starting about there, when the character starts to move her right arm just as she approaches the center of the screen, what I need to do is to click in the current track, right click the mouse and insert subtrack character additive. So this is a layer that's going to include the keyframe animation to move the arm and the hand to give the character a waving motion. First thing I need to do after I've created the subtrack is to click the key to allow it to receive keyframe animation, and then I'm going to select. At the moment it's in local control, I need it in global control for the movement of the arm. So now I should be able to raise the arm up, drag it out slightly. Notice that as I moved the arm initially, I've created a one frame clip in my additive track. So that lasts for one frame. As I scrub the animation across that clip, it literally moves the arm up and down in one frame. What I can do now is to drag that one frame clip and extend its influence across more than one frame. So drag it out for a bit like this, and then when I move the animation slider, the wave motion lasts for several frames. And I can also drag this to move it around, so if I decide I want it to happen elsewhere in the main animation sequence, I can do that, or even copy and paste it. The other thing I can do, so that it doesn't suddenly happen, is to bring that top left hand corner like so, and also the top right hand corner like so, and that will blend it in so it occurs gradually. So let's just play that animation and see what it's looking like. There we are. The next thing I can do is to go back to my original additive animation and just move the character so that the character's arm is not only just waving but also the wrist is turning. So I select this wrist again, and this time I'm going to select local, which allows me to select the local joint and put on rotation. I can rotate the character's hand like so. The next thing I can do is to get the character so that the character's upper body rotates as well. So Maya turns to face the camera like so. Right, let's play the animation. Move the camera around a little bit. Could do with a few tweaks here and there, and I could have put all the various movements on at the same time, but it does help if you build it up over time. Get the arm raised, then move the hand so it's facing the camera or whichever direction you want, and then apply some further body movements to give it a more natural look. Once I've created my subtrack, if I want to, I can then process the whole current track to a new clip. So this is what I'm going to do here. I process the track and subtracks to new clip. Click on OK. Once that's happened, then I get the choice of saving it to a name file. So I'll choose this as mere walk wave. Then I've got my new clip there as a new character track. So I could, if I wanted to, mute these two tracks. So they're switched off now, and play this track that I've just created through using the subtrack. And there we are, the characters moving and waving as it was in the creation of the subtrack. So that's a completely new clip that I could go ahead and add some further subtrack additive animation if I wanted to. Obviously I could go back and make some adjustments to what I've already done. It's also worth mentioning that as well as one subtrack, you can have many subtracks. So if I wanted to do animation on other aspects of the scene or other parts of the character's anatomy, I simply create a further subtrack by choosing insert subtrack character additive and so on. So there we are. That's an example of how to apply keyframe animation to an existing track that includes motion capture data and then repurpose it as a new motion capture clip.